Hi, in the previous video we learned about network attack vectors. In this video we'll know about hidden scanning ports with Nmap. So, in this video we are going to take a look at how Nmap scanner can be used for hacking purposes, get to know with powerful Nmap commands, find out how to scan a network hiddenly, scan our target machine. Actually, every system administrator is acquainted with Nmap as a wonderful tool for network troubleshooting, but as well it's widely used for cyber attack purposes, for scanning targets to gain information to prepare and plan a cyber attack. So, let's go and try some scanning. But before we begin our scanning, we should check for the IP address of our target machine. I've got my metasploitable target machine running. So I type here ifconfig, and here we've got our IP address. My IP address, as you can see, is 192.168.93.132, and yours may be different. Of course, you should use your IP address. Now let's go to our Kali Linux machine, open the terminal, and type the next command, nmap, and the IP address of our target machine. And click enter, and here you are. Our first scanning with Nmap is beginning. And now we've got our results. As you can see, there are a lot of opened ports here. That's because we've scanned very vulnerable machine made special for training purposes. So that's why there are so many open ports. In the real world you won't find so much open port, of course. But here you can see a lot of them. Also, we've got here MAC address of our target machine. And that's all, because it's simplest default scanning. Let's complicate it a bit. For example, we can add parameter -v here. Click enter. What does it mean? V means verbose. Actually, it makes Nmap to talk with you and tell you what Nmap is doing right now. You can see it here: discovered open port, completed since-tel scan, and so on, so on, so on. So this parameter makes your scanning easy to understand for you. Now let's add one more parameter. It's -O. Click enter. This parameter is for defining the operating system installed in the target machine. As you can see here, OS detection performed. And you can see OS details here. Okay, let's go further. And now let's add parameter SV-capital. So -SV-capital, enter. And this parameter is for scanning services and its versions. Now let's see, here we've got not only ports, but their state, services running on them, and version. Why we need so? It's very important information to plan a cyber attack. How can it be used? Let me show it for you. For example, let's copy-paste this version of Apache that is installed on our metasploitable machine. Just copy it, then open our browser, paste it, and here you are. We've got a lot of links to security vulnerabilities of this Apache server version. So open one of them, the first one. As you can see, a lot of vulnerabilities here. So if you were a malicious hacker, you could choose one of them and use it for cyber attack of the target. Nmap can be used not only in terminal, but it has graphical interface. It's called Nmap. So let's go and check it. For this purpose, we go to the application menu, information gathering, and down here we can see Nmap. Click on it, and now it's running. As you can see, It's a bit convenient than command line. To attack a target, you must type its IP address in this box. So let's do that. And you've got some most popular types of scanning is pre-installed by default. So you can just choose it from here. For example, it's intense scan and it's scanning with this parameter, or you can choose intense scan plus UDP. You can choose regular scan or quick trace route or pin scan. A lot of them. You can play around with them if you want. For now I'm choosing intense scan, so I just click scan, and here we are. The scanning process is going on, and you can see how it's going on right here. And it's much more easier to work with information we got in the graphical interface. You can get around with it by clicking on this menu item. For example, here we can see post, host and version, everything we need. Here we can see services are running on the scanned host. Here is we can see even topology where our host is located. Here is host details. As you can see, it's Linux and other details, and here you can check for the accuracy of our operation system definition and a lot of other useful information. When you're providing a penetration test, it's very important for you not to be discovered. How can you do that? Let me show you some tricks. First, you should use -ss parameter. Why? Because it's so-called sync or half-open scanning. When we use these parameters, you aren't so noisy as with other parameters. So, you should use -ss parameter. When you use this parameter, it's harder to discover your scanning. The next important parameter is T parameter. T parameter is about speed and intensity of scanning. As you can see here, there are 6 options for T parameters. T0 is paranoid, it's very slow. Sneaky is very slow too. Polite is a bit better, but actually is very slow too. Options T4 and T5 are very speedy and mighty. I would say too much speedy and mighty, because it's much more easier for a target host or network owner to discover your scanning of the network or host. In this way, your IP address could be blocked, but even worse, there are a few countries where scanning is forbidden by the law, so the host or network owner may report on you to the authorities. So, as you can see, the best option is T3, normal option, and you should use it. And you must totally aware that even using these parameters won't make you totally invisible. Your IP address will be in logs of target machine anyway, but by using these parameters, you're just making chances higher that the fact of scanning won't be noticed by the owner of the network or a host. In this video, we have discovered why and how a Nmap scanner can be used for hacking purposes, got to know with powerful Nmap commands, found out how to scan a network hiddenly, scanned our target machine. In the next video, we'll continue to gain our scanning experience with scanning the network with OpenVAS scanner. Let's go ahead.